Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to present to you and formally introduce Bob, Cas, and Arthur, the Play No Games podcast.
It's your favorite podcast. When we talk about real life and exchange a few laughs, we sticking to our path. When you find understanding, just know that that will never last. We ain't here to play no games. The world is getting crazy, and now we know we gotta be the change.
Cartier Bob.
Oh, Cas.
There we go.
Type forward.
Ooh, the boys are back again.
Yes, sir.
For the Play No Games podcast. There we go. I just want to say thank you guys. First video of the year. Started off great numbers. Actually, great retention. We're still at like 10 minutes of watch of an hour-long podcast.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
It's pretty dope.
so people are really people are really liking the segments. But what can really make this go further is we need some more green. Green. Right above $ Hero Bob. I promise I'm gonna put this into the podcast, and then after I do that, I want to definitely bless my guys because I want this to be like we're making money this year. I'm saying this more on camera because we're gonna be making money this year.
Wait, Rob, are we still doing that thing? With the bachelor thing, where for every $50 you donate, Cas is offering himself as a date.
Yes. Ladies.
Yeah.
Look at him. Hey, close up. Look at him. He's built tough, and yes.
Nice kiss.
Kiss, dang,
Dress well.
ladies. A date with Cas. Ooh, damn. Where you take him on the first date?
McMiniman, Cedar Hills.
Dang.
I ain't gonna lie, I was expecting Cheesecake Factory.
No, Cheesecake Factory's all right.
Okay.
That's where I take my mom.
All right.
Respectable
You
man.
can't shit where you eat.
Facts.
That's really funny. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. $50 donations, you get a date with me.
Yeah, $100.
Ooh.
I cost a little more than that. Just, I ain't
Oh,
hey,
okay.
hey.
How much you cost for a donation for a date for Tay?
Shit, I mean, they shoot me like, what's my deposit for my next check? I think 3. Yeah, 3. I'm all yours. Whatever you want.
For the whole weekend?
Whatever she want.
Whatever
you want.
Age
And
range-
remember,
age range has to be between 22 and 42, though.
and if she ain't 280, she ain't a lady.
I didn't say that at all.
I didn't as well.
No discrimination, though, but that's it.
Well, I did not expect that kind of an intro. I should be more open to the.
Let me do one product drop real quick, though. Shout out
Close
to
up.
Shout out to my people at Index PDS.
Hey.
Also, my doggy Easy for helping me get this shirt.
Shout out to Randy at Index.
Exactly.
Hey, we would love to, have more Index things on here. Maybe Randy, when you see this,
Randy Bobandy. I can get Randy on. Yeah.
let's get Randy on here.
I might as well.
Hell yeah.
Wait, you generally know him?
No, yeah, I worked at Adidas with him.
Oh, worse. Man.
Yeah.
Let's have this. Let's fucking do this.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we have a guest coming on, but let's get into our very first segment. What are you guys playing no games about?
There's an obvious one there, right?
Okay.
But I'm not gonna take it.
You should.
Yeah. I'll say
Jesus.
Wow.
Stop saying
Sorry,
that.
off screen we just heard something
Ridiculous.
abominable. Go first, Robert. Go first.
Okay. Cartier Bob. Look here, man. It's a fucking name for a reason. We know what I'm playing no games about. I am Cartier Bob for a reason. I'm that because I don't own Cartier just yet, and it was a name that was given to me. Usually my nicknames, I make them up myself, and I was given this to
You know that's a flagrant rule. You're not supposed to, but continue.
But that's why I'm keeping Cartier.
Who gave it to you? You want me asking?
I'm not going to say the first part because I'll get in trouble now.
See, the names I get given, I don't like, so I just don't do the nicknames.
Like what?
Like C Asian.
Wow.
What?
It's the spelling of my name.
Whoever calls you C
Yeah,
Asian is not a friend.
Yeah, you're right. I got Tasmanian Devil this week.
Tasmanian devil.
Tasmanian.
I know that's lucky kind of
That
tough.
like
kinda
my
tight.
coworker who's like a dad told me that, and I was like, please, Brandon,
Bro, that's
don't,
lucky kind of tough.
don't ever
kinda
say that
tight.
again. No.
No, man.
What else? I don't. Yeah, that's like, yeah,
See, all I got is my forte. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
my forte.
yeah.
Oh, I do get Cause and Effect. That was the best one I ever got.
Ooh.
Cause and Effect.
That ain't bad. It just remind me of Kaz, the rapper on Dreamville, his debut tape, which was tough too. But
Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, go on. about
CB,
your
man.
rant.
Just CB.
CB. I'm sorry. I forget, man.
CB.
I
'Cause
know.
I
I know.
When the camera's not live, I don't call you that.
Very, very true. I will give you that. Because I know. Hey, we might get.
No, I'll
sponsored
just
by
call you
Cartier.
B. How about that?
No.
B?
Yeah, I like that.
Bun B.
B. Just
B?
how about R?
Ew. Sure.
R.
If it slips
B.
up, preferably CB.
Has anybody ever called you Bobby growing up?
Yes.
See, I like
think-
Bobby.
Bob Gill. That's why when she was like, your name is Cartier Bob, because she was like, oh, you gotta have some Cartier on you. She's like, you look like a Cartier guy. And I was like, yeah. I'm sorry that beautiful women think I should be dressing in name brand clothes.
They make jewelry, not clothes. Anyways,
And she said I needed some. She said I needed some, and I'm gonna get it.
okay.
Anywho,
Let's go to the store.
Okay.
Come on.
Anywho, you know what I'm playing no games about? I'm playing no games about. I'll say this. I can't believe I'm saying this. Not that. Oh, definitely not saying that. I don't play no games about just checking on your friends. It's important to check on your friends. I don't know, something about like 2024 has really got into me. It's like I've just noticed that I can't do everything, and like I've been a person who's always like, I gotta do as much things that I can, and like when I'm saying like checking in with your friend, like the quality of a check-in, because like I'm noticing the difference between just doing like a old CB, like, oh, how you doing, checking in, versus like what's going on in your life. And like when I've done that a little bit more, I've just found out I've like missed more, you know, like me trying to like noticing that I've doing too much versus like a quality check-in. So like really like checking in with your bros, making sure they're like decent. So 2024, make sure y'all doing that.
That's a nice one. I like that.
They're very sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
So guys.
I'm playing no games about taking on responsibilities. I'll leave it vague. I'll just say recently had to take on a little more responsibilities. And it just kind of made me, you know, it is a new year, so it's interesting that this kind of lined up that way, but just feels like I'm like a refresh, a supercharge, let's say. Like feeling I'm supercharging myself, being more productive throughout the day and just getting more done that I know I had the potential to before, but I was just lazy. And now I feel like I'm tapping into that potential. I'm like a fifth year Kobe White right now, you know? That's what I feel like.
So you're like
All right.
putting on the condom now.
No, not at all that way.
Wow.
I'll say it's work related so people know it's not that anything to do with that.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I'm about to drop the ball right now because y'all was two choices were
No.
very serious.
No,
stuff.
this can be anything. That's
So,
all.
like,
Anything.
for me, I probably say I play no games about being a super objective sports fan. Like
Facts. You have to be.
I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Hold on, boy.
It is what it is, man. It is what
They
it
suck.
is. It is what
What
it
about
is.
by Colts? We're the same
Wait.
place where you are.
I do have a question for you, but I'll let you finish.
All right, yeah. So like for me, I know Cowboys fans in a general sense have a reputation for always being on some, this is our year type shit and being delusional.
This was your year.
I don't lie. Like if it was ever gonna happen in the last like couple years, this was it.
Yeah.
But I probably say since about 2010, it's only been 3 years where I legitimately thought, okay, we have a shot to make the bowl. I'm not gonna say who's gonna win it. 14 when the catch happened that
Yeah.
5 months later was a catch. I probably say even though they were young as hell, Dak's rookie year in 2016, which ran to Aaron Rodgers saying, "Hold my beer," and
Always
threw
a
a 50-yard
Packers.
bomb. Yeah. And this year, but it's still my team. I'm choosing, depending on what they do with Dak's contract situation, I will be protesting the team for a year.
Really? Are you pro deck or against deck?
I'm pro.
You're pro deck.
I'm pro Cowboys.
Pro Cowboys. Oh, so in your opinion, you don't want them to like overpay.
Yes. No, we cannot.
You cannot.
That will like.
Would you be okay with losing Dak?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. When
He is a
hurt-
game manager.
When he hurt, he's. And that's the dangerous part about him.
He's a very, very good game
he's
manager.
somewhere in between being a game manager.
I think majority of the quarterbacks in the league are game managers. I think
Well, then that's relevant. Okay, so
I think it's like 5 that aren't realistically.
yeah. So, and that's the dangerous part about paying someone like that. And when he got hurt back in, what was that, 2019 or 2020, whenever he hurt his leg, I was telling my pops, I was like, hey, at this point, and I know this isn't the most moral thing to do in sports, we need to just throw the rest of this season. But John Kitna, I think he was our backup QB at the time, had the nerve to win 4 more games. And then
The nerve.
instead of us drafting like top 3, top 5,
Yeah.
we ended up drafting, I think, 10th that year, which, I mean, you can still find some talent at QB, but then it removes the burden of having to make a choice from ownership and management. So,
Now, my question for you that I was going to ask,
what's up?
the Mike McCarthy situation. Were you okay with that? Or were you all Bill Belichick?
See, it's weird because I wasn't even pro Belichick. That's the thing.
Okay.
I vehemently threw up once I got that notification on my phone. I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me! Like, this can't be life." So I threw my phone for a second and had to like just brace a counter in my kitchen because I was like, "Nah, I ain't just read that shit." So
Amazing.
here's the thing, though. And literally a week prior to that, I was just telling my boy Doc, one thing I do respect about the Steelers, even with Mike Tomlin not making Super Bowl in probably like 12 years or so now, and they have, similar to our franchise, a standard of winning championships. Like people,
100%.
they don't hang division banners out over there. But there is something to be said about not having hella turnover because there's no way to really build a culture if you're firing a coach every 2-3 years. Has McCarthy won a lot of games since he's been our head coach outside of the year Dak got hurt? Yes. Do I think he's a decent to good coach? Yes. Does he have obvious flaws when it comes to game management? Yes. So that's why, and especially this offseason, I think will be unlike any other in terms of the viable coaches that are available this year.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned Belichick. I really wanted Mike Vrabel.
Oh, yeah.
Only because I know with Bill, his window is only going to be 2-3 years. He's really just trying to get the all-time winning record, and if he can squeeze out another ring, that's perfect.
Yeah.
For me, Vrabel's probably in his late 40s or so. There's a good chance that if we were to sign him, he'd be my coach for a decade.
Vrabel being a free agent right now is insane to me.
And yeah, he had no business being fired from Tennessee.
He's so good.
And I know wherever he does land, sky's the limit. If he has a quarterback that can play, sky's the limit as far as their franchise.
Yeah, the only thing, my thing why I didn't think Bill was going to go there was because of Jerry. Bill wants power, but Jerry won't give up power.
But see, here's the thing with Bill, the GM, screwing over Bill, the coach.
That's true.
I think this.
But do you think he's not going to be the GM at his next job? Like if he gets that Atlanta job, you think he's not going to be the GM?
I think he will be, but here's the difference between us and Atlanta. Outside of like Jerry just being Jerry, we haven't drafted poorly.
That's true.
The last decade.
That's true.
So it's like if I can bring you the ingredients you need, I just need you to be Bobby Flay and whoop this shit up.
Okay.
So,
well, speaking of updates, Jim Ezra was found. Y'all remember? Y'all, did you get that alert?
nah.
Well,
I'll say it went over my head, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jim. Oh, he's the GM of the Colts.
Oh, Jim Irsay?
Irsay?
Oh, my bad. I said
Boy.
Ezra. My bad. my bad.
He's the
My
owner
bad.
too.
my bad. I'll just say this to end it all because Jerry Jones is gonna fuck it up. I feel like he's the constant. Like what y'all just say, because I'll admit when it comes to football, I just know about my team, everyone else's team. Basketball, I know way more. But one thing I do know is Jerry Jones is not to fuck up a kitchen. So that was all nice. But you know what Jerry Jones is gonna do? What does he do? He like get on the radio like an hour before every game and say some bullshit.
Not before game, but
you know what I'm talking
throughout
about.
the week.
Yeah. So my thing is, Jerry Jones just needs to sell the team.
He's not gonna sell the team.
Why the
That
fuck?
that team is staying in that family forever.
I'm just saying he just needs to give up his power. Y'all was just talking about great football knowledge and moves, but in every equation, Jerry Jones has fucked it up
Okay, now I'm gonna challenge you. How has he fucked it up?
by not letting people play their roles, not letting the GM do.
Who?
I'm
the GM is his son. So like,
I'm just saying, just from like, I can always bet on the Cowboys fucking up, overpaying people, not cutting Zeke sooner, all that stuff, and this is just surface level stuff.
well, I'm not gonna spend too much time doing that stuff, but like this, like we cutting Zeke, there was cap penalties that come with cutting him 2 years prior. You can't just have that dead cap for X amount of years. He didn't want to pay Dak, and that's why it went to the 11th hour with him getting his money. So
Jerry Jones is the common denominator, but that's just me.
yeah,
Maybe. All right.
yeah.
Should we get into the first topic?
Enough of that.
What you got for us, Goss?
Yeah, I'll start. So I guess I'll start with a question because every question starts with a question. I don't know where to go with that. You guys like coffee?
I'm more of a tea guy.
Actually,
More of a tea guy, like black tea, like
Hey,
British English tea.
if I'm tired as hell, yes.
Okay.
Normally green tea
Green tea,
or any type of like lemon ginger tea as well.
Amazing. Coffee guy.
I do not drink coffee.
Wait, I'm the only one here that drinks coffee?
Chamomile tea as well.
Killing me. Okay. Well, anyways, you guys have heard of Dutch Bros, right?
Yeah,
We live in Portland, right?
for sure.
A white
Yeah.
girl's dream.
And I was just gonna say, well, article came out because they had their official press release, not a press release, but they had a thing come out based out of the company, essentially saying that Dutch Bros, based in Grants Pass, Oregon, that's where like they started,
Mm-hmm.
will be moving majority of their corporate offices out to Arizona starting this year. They said the reason was to be more central with their locations because they do have locations in other states. They're also opening a second roastery in Texas. But it comes interesting at a time when, as this company's expanding. If you know Dutch Bros, they've been in Forbes, I think it's the 40 or the 50 small businesses of the year for like several years now. They're like a darling of the small business world and how much they've expanded. That now that they're like ready to grow and ready to really do their thing, they're leaving Grants Pass, Oregon, which, okay, it's Grants Pass, Oregon, but just like looking away from the Northwest, turning a blind eye and going to Arizona, where it seems like a lot of people are going nowadays,
Or Texas.
or Texas.
Hey, hold on, not too much.
Huh?
I said not too much on Texas.
And if I do?
Hey, bro, can you pause this real quick? No.
Interesting.
Everyone's go. Side note, sorry, quick. Yeah, everyone's moving to Texas and Arizona like it's like the bee's knees.
It is.
It's like
Then why are you here?
I'm fine. I'm fine here.
Well, after I hit my 2-year mark in the fall,
Okay.
my options will be open.
Okay. Well, anyways, so it's just an example of another business leaving Oregon.
Yeah.
We're talking about it because, we are based out of here and we notice it. We notice Portland specifically kind of struggling as of late. So I'd like to get your opinion a little bit on this. Do you think it makes sense? Do you think maybe, it's a little bit of a quick trigger from the company?
I've always said this to people a lot where it's kind of like, this is my dream. My dream is to like truly like, be like a bit based in Oregon and then like just like moving out and like going places. Cause I've had the luxury of like, of being in Texas and, the Atlantas and the New Yorks and like, it's very fast paced and it's cool. But there's something about like the Oregon, like, I can like make my own shit here and like create my own bubble. Like, yeah, you could do it in other places, but like, it's like, I can really like touch shit. Be like, so I feel like it's kind of sad because it's just like, I feel like Portland has this like fertile ground where like so much dope shit can like sprout out of here that like, you just gotta knead the dough a little bit, And I feel like, just like that person's like, oh, I'm doing really good in acting. I'm going to go to LA now. That's, my dreams are going to finally come true. I'm like, Phil Knight, he fucking stuck it out, and now he's got all that fucking acres in fucking Beaverton, you know?
Real.
So
For me, I'd say from a business lens, I can understand the rationale behind it. Growing up here, even though I'm not a big coffee drinker, Dutch Bros has just been a staple as far as Oregon culture. So it will feel weird knowing that, their corporate offices aren't based here. I'm not going to go so extreme as to say like it'd be similar to like the Blazers leaving, but that same type of vein. Like, bro, when I think of Oregon, I think of like Birkenstocks, Rain, Blazers gear, Timbers gear, somebody walking around with a Dutch Bros cup.
yeah,
Am I off? Like,
you're not.
It'd be like Starbucks leaving Seattle.
yeah, type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, exactly. Or it's kind of like, I don't know. I think at times when like, and once again, just trying to grow business, like I feel like we kind of forget who are our loyal subscribers, who are loyal people that made us like grow. And I feel like, sometimes big business making money like scares us from like, sometimes you gotta be loyal to your base. And that was us.
Yeah. You got to look at more than just the bottom line.
Yeah.
To a degree, I get it. Also, probably from a tax standpoint, Arizona, Texas is more favorable taxes, especially for corporations. But if he wants to run that, but
I don't know about Grants Pass, but for sure in Multnomah County, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Art tax. Y'all kids ain't art classes. I'm tired of paying that goddamn tax.
That's a big reason why. For the most part, I know they just opened one out in near Mall 205, but when we see larger fast food chains like Krispy Kreme, Chick-fil-A, that's why none of them are really based in Portland.
Oh, facts. But with that, and now that we say goodbye, Dutch Bros, the locations will still be here, but still goodbye. Can you guys name one Oregon up-and-coming brand that you're just excited for? Put the people on game. I know I'm putting you on the spot here too. Like, you gotta pull one out.
Like what? Okay. I'll throw out two brands.
Okay.
Play No Games podcast, up and coming. We're gonna fill the void. We're gonna bring Dutch Bros back.
Wow.
Hold me to it. But I would say another brand. I would say that's watch out for is, Above Our Differences, ALD.
Okay.
That's a great brand. I feel like it doesn't get enough credit. Oh wow, I'm wearing this sweatshirt. And I would say the guys who are working on this are very like Pacific Northwest based, Seattle, San Diego, and here, and all across the world. And I feel like that brand doesn't get enough respect in the town. If I'm being honest, when it comes to like filling a void for like streetwear, and it's not even streetwear, it's just like dope clothing, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say ALD.
Similar to that, and I don't know if I would qualify the brand as being up and coming because they've been around for a few years now, but Black Mannequin, it's a black-owned streetwear brand here based out of Portland. Just been seeing a lot of dope merch as far as like the collections that have dropped lately from t-shirts, sweats, beanies, you name it. I actually just copped some probably like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, right when I got back in town. So shout out to them. Just keep up the good work. What about you?
Mine's a little bigger than that, I'll be honest. Not saying that's. I think you guys had really great options there. But it's definitely one you've heard of. I think Keen Footwear is gonna have a big year. I see it.
Oh, you talking about? Are you in this? You talking about stocks and bonds?
I'm talking a little bigger. But I don't think they're publicly traded, but like I think Keen, with where footwear is going,
I can see that.
I think Keen, even though I don't own a pair of Keens, I wouldn't own a pair of Keens per se.
Ooh,
But I look at like the Salehi Bembury shoes that just dropped for Crocs, and I'm like, dude, that's a pair of Keens. Like,
pretty much. Yeah.
Ooh, I want to add one. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. Something that's making a comeback. Crocs are a good one. That's a really what do you fucking call it? Oh, it's like the raincoat.
Columbia?
Not Columbia. Quick fact check. All right.
What's up?
I don't have a mic, but no, you're good.
We'll reiterate on the mic.
Yeah, so Arizona's a 5.3 average for corporate tax rates. Oregon is about a 7.6.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Get the fuck out of here.
So for people listening, Arizona has a 5.3% corporate tax, or Oregon is 7.6.
Texas doesn't have one.
Yeah, and Texas doesn't have one.
Okay. Oh, and the business I was thinking about was Patagonia.
Patagonia?
Yeah.
That's not Portland, though. That's not Oregon.
That's California.
That's actually Argentina.
But I've been seeing a lot more here.
Well, yeah, people, of course they wear it here. Do you think Stanley Cups are from here, too?
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I've been seeing a lot more. I know.
I'll give... no, yeah.
It's not Portland based,
but it's not Portland
We'll
based.
let it rock
Okay.
though.
Well, good try.
Try it.
You had the right mentality.
Fuck off.
Try it.
Patagonia or Arc'teryx?
Huh?
Which one are you picking? Patagonia or Arc'teryx?
I don't know what an Arc'teryx is. Sounds
Really?
like Pokemon.
It kind of looks like one, too. It's fine. We can move on.
Okay. And now we're going to take a break.
What is up, guys? Austere Andrew here. If you're looking for a movie review podcast to listen to, you should check out the Backseat Critics. We do movie reviews.
There you go. All right.
I'm the Fact
King
Dragon.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back. We're here at the Play No Games podcast, and guys, I want to talk about some sports stuff. I know I'm kind of a sports head. I don't mean to drag it out, but this past weekend was the opening weekend of the NFL playoffs. Unfortunately, my boys, we took a L, so looking forward ahead to this upcoming weekend. We got a few different matchups. The one I'm most excited about is Kansas City versus Buffalo.
Ooh, yeah.
I know it's been like a big back and forth between Kansas City and Buffalo last couple of years in the playoffs. Mahomes has gotten the better of them twice, but this will be the first road playoff game of his career, which is
Crazy.
kind of crazy. I think he went like 15 or 16 straight without playing. And when I say road playoff game, I'm not including Super Bowl appearances as well.
Yeah.
But Kaz, how you feeling about the game and who you got?
That specific game?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be good, and I think Josh Allen's gonna get it this time. I think the Bills are gonna win that game. I think they're gonna win because they have the home field. I think they started streaking at the right time during the season.
Crazy.
And I think Pat Mahomes having a great year. I think he just doesn't have the weapons or the tools around him for that team to go far. As much as the NFL wants Taylor at the Super Bowl, I think the Bills are gonna win it. I'm gonna take the Bills.
I'm going to take the Chiefs because the power of the Swifties will unite. Now, I know Travis is not rubbing on his usual plushy plumpness because, he's got a lot. It's backboard, but we can't deny the power of Travis Kelce and the Swifties. But the only reason why I'm going with the Chiefs is because we're getting to NFL conspiracies. They want them tickets up. They want Usher and Taylor in the same building.
You think she's gonna perform if he's there?
Nah, she's not gonna perform. But like just the visual of her being
The visual of her being
crazy.
More the more women I hear talking about the Chiefs and football has spiked. And once again,
Swifty's making edits of players now.
what?
What?
I saw Swifty make a Jason Kelce retirement edit.
Really?
Yeah.
Swear.
Yeah, on Twitter. And I was like, wow, this is next level.
That's crazy.
Watch, they're gonna be buying Madden next, and
What if she EPs the soundtrack?
Damn.
for them to run out of this tunnel.
bro, I'm saying,
Yes.
Me, I gotta go with the Chiefs. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like everything you said is very logical. The Chiefs wide receiver room had the most drops in the NFL by I
Mr.
think
Tony.
like 15, bro. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I just got a feeling like somehow Pat's gonna pull us out. Like,
And
there's
that's reasonable.
Yeah,
Because
'cause-
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I know it's only a small sample. Was it like his sixth year?
Is it? Yeah.
His sixth year
Something
playing.
like 6th year.
He's the best I've ever seen.
He's the best you've ever seen?
Yeah.
Maybe. He's up there.
He's doing this
Yeah,
without
fair.
weapons, or like
Yeah.
them beating the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And like, because I'll just say this. I just liked how, like, he just, in my opinion, he looked at Tyreek like, Gotcha.
Yeah.
None of this shit. None of
None of
this
this
shit.
shit. And people were saying last week, oh, he didn't even play that great, bro. It was -25.
You can't throw a ball in that weather. Like, you can't.
Yo, I recently was on a trip and like I was at -7 degrees. Like, let me tell you, my face, all that shit, it was fucking like y'all thought this Portland shit was cold, bro. -7 degrees. So I can only imagine 25.
And people were saying, we used to be men. Like, why are you complaining? This is real football weather. Nobody likes playing in that shit.
No.
I'm trying to
Now, cold, 40, 30, hell, even 20-degree day, I can deal with that. But when the wind's starting kicking up, or the wind chill temperature is at like some crazy shit like -15, like there ain't enough running you could do to warm your
They're
body
also
up.
not on Vicodin like they were in like the 80s.
Yeah, or some other
Other stuff too.
I'm trying to tell y'all like the difference is just like when it's like negative cold, like when I was in Minnesota, I literally saw no houseless, no. It's just like you just
They figure it out. They figure it out.
Oh, you can't be.
They
doing
find a
that.
place.
Like literally, like dead ass. I was in the car, and there was like this one houseless dude. Right, literally, he was out. He was like, they're like, hey, give him the gloves. Like he didn't want money. He was just like, I need clothing. It's just like, I don't think like that. Actually, really, side random point. I just want to bring this up. I don't think we really understand playing in weather, how much that affects, and like the difficulty we don't add to stuff when it's in the weather. And I feel like that is not even talked about on ESPN a lot, where it's like, oh, like the generic, like the ball's wet, but like playing in snow, playing in these wet
100%.
conditions, that's like times 3. Like you win, that's like 2 wins. Like I know, sorry, that's been like my pet peeve for like fucking years.
True, and you're gonna see less of it because when teams get new stadiums, they keep building domes, like the Vikings, like the Lions did it several years ago. Like they keep building domes. Hopefully, the Bills, when they build a new stadium,
They're not going to.
The plan is to keep it open
Really?
roof, which is like do it. Like
It's a
it's your advantage.
Yeah, it's a competitive advantage because they're used to playing in those elements. Whereas, if Miami were to have to go up there for a playoff game, as we just saw, like they're not used to playing that shit.
So y'all believe that mile high shit? Y'all actually believe
No,
that?
it definitely is a thing. What you
Definitely is a
crazy?
thing. Yeah, 100%.
Can I troll, please? Can I troll? I literally said we gotta add difficulty.
Outside of that, though, that game, because one side of the room has some sense. The other side still believes in Josh Allen for some reason.
I love Josh Allen. I always will.
I
love his idiot moves.
Lamar, for his legacy, has to win this game.
He has to.
I don't give a fuck.
He absolutely. If he doesn't, Joe Flacco's the best quarterback in Ravens history.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
You dragging it, but like, that
Joe's
mob will
elite.
definitely have a voice that night. I think Jordan Love, will play a good game, but San Fran got them handling that. And then the Tampa Lions game, I ain't gonna lie, it intrigues me. As much of an idiot Baker can be, he is a gamer.
I love Baker.
He definitely will be on some fuck you shit.
I love
And
Baker.
If, God forbid, Lord, the memes I'm going to come up with if somehow he makes it to the Super Bowl after the Ravens just traded for and gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed $250.
You mean Browns?
Oh, excuse me, the Browns.
Yeah.
After they traded for and gave him a fully guaranteed 250, was it 250 or 255?
That was like 260.
You might be right. So it was somewhere in that ballpark. All that damn money for him to ultimately get there should be crazy.
That's crazy. Who do you think's winning that though? Buccaneers or Lions?
Lions.
I got the Lions. Motor City Dan, baby.
I'm gonna say Lions, but the Bucks do have some good momentum right now.
Lions have a better story, and like after that win against the Rams, like he needed that.
I'm not gonna hold you. If he even gets them to the NFC Championship game, that last ring by Brady is I'm removing that from my brain.
Oh, because the squad is just so good.
Yes.
That's fair.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I know you wanted to talk about something that was somewhat related to football. So
Okay, that's actually a great segue. That's actually a great. Now you guys know me. A little less for me this week. More like building, like our marketing stuff. So I had less things to say. But this actually caught my eye. So this comes from E-News, but it was like old, but it's still like very prevalent. So Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens, Green Bay Packer, and literally he was on the Pivot podcast, and on the Pivot podcast he was talking about how he was a catch. So what do you call it? So how they met is there's this like rich dating apps.
What's it called? Like Raina?
Thank you. See,
I believe.
yeah, no, you're right. You're
I'm not in that test bracket, so I wouldn't know. But
hey,
yeah,
we would put an application and be like, nigga, please.
exactly.
So pretty much Simone Biles is kind of like talking about like how she spit game at Owens, and during the Pivot podcast he was just, he was with the guys, sometimes with the guys you add a little sauce, like I'm a catch. And like in such a delivery in a way where like a lot of people on the internet erupted and talking about how Simone Biles was like a pick me. And then also another point that was also made was like he was saying like, oh, I really didn't know who she was, and a lot of people was like questioning like, you didn't know who Simone Biles was.
I'm not gonna lie, I took huge issue with, because the conversation then started to turn into, what has he done in his career? I don't care who you are in any walk of life, unless you are LeBron James, like Beyonce, like them type of like pop cultural figures. It's not inconceivable that somebody may just not know who you are.
True.
Like I'm pretty sure, not to speak on anybody's sports knowledge, but Rafael Nadal could walk in this house today. Would you know who he was if I didn't tell you?
I'm a tennis player.
Oh shit! Well, shut me the fuck up. But
yeah, he's a GOAT.
What if Romelu Lukaku walked in?
Who? My point being.
But here's the thing. I'll almost play like devil's advocate and things like that. Simone Biles is such a like key piece in the black community. Like Simone Biles, like, is on par with the Williams sisters.
Really?
I beg your pardon.
The Williams sisters?
Yeah, like the greatness that she has done individually when it comes to gymnastics, she's on par with the Williams sisters.
Okay, now I'm gonna challenge you on this.
Okay,
that's a bold take.
Yes, kind of crazy reach, but the Olympics happen once every 4 years, right?
True.
That's if you choose to tune into them.
True.
It's the summertime.
Okay.
Serena and Venus compete
year
round for 20 years.
I'm talking about dominance of a sport.
And let's be honest, Simone only went to 2 Olympics, and the second one, there was that whole.
Keep it going. No, keep it going.
I'm just saying there was that whole controversy
of
her not competing
because of
she wasn't ready mentally.
Okay, because what else was happening? The witch doctor, Bob the guy who was touching people, the gymnastics guy, and then she had a family member that died.
Bob, whatever.
Yeah,
I thought that was like before her generation. I thought that was a previous like regime.
I swear, I could be wrong.
I know. I remember her dealing with some different mental health issues around the time, and then she withdrew from competition. I can't recall off the top of my head what the reasoning was for it.
It was definitely because of a family member, and I could be 1,000% wrong. I definitely thought it was because of the trial too, as well.
I thought that was a previous like
iteration
of the women's gymnastic team. I could be wrong. I'm thinking like Allie Lloyd, I think, is one of her names that was on the jury or on the questioning block. Anyways,
either way, I could damn near make an argument that Serena's like the greatest American athlete ever.
I can also make that case too as well, but I'm talking about like notoriety in our community, because like when Simone Biles won, like swept and just breaking her own records, that was on par with the Williams sisters, where it's kind of like it's gonna be hard for us not to be like Simone Biles, like she's on the fucking box of Wheaties. How many athletes get on the Wheaties?
A lot of them.
But that's for that 1 year though.
Okay, now,
I'm not trying to play. If you play devil advocate, because I'm a sports head, so I know who she is. But
exactly.
Like Sidney Crosby, I don't watch hockey, but I know his name. But
well, we have a fact, an unsolicited fact.
Unsolicited fact, Dragon.
Pop your shit. What's up?
So I don't know the guy's first name, but Nassar was the coach that was
Nassar.
Touching.
And Simone Biles was a person that was touched.
Oh, she was okay.
See, I remember that. Yeah. Okay. So like I feel like a lot of those things went into like her like taking like a break, rightfully so, can't be doing that. There's, number one, our athletes trust our doctors and all that other stuff, but like anywho, that so legitimately I think low-key was fucking around, just saying like, oh, I didn't know her, but I will give him grace that he probably didn't know. But the whole major point of like what blew up on social media, and I think you were going to a great point, and like we kind of like went into our podcast vortex. Please bring that up again, where like he legitimately didn't know her. 'Cause I feel like that was a gem.
Oh, in terms of, it's not inconceivable that he may or may not been aware of her, or outside of just hearing her name, know too much about what her accolades were in terms of competition that summer.
Yeah.
Along with him also, I think he was in his last year in college, so still being in camp. So I know from my friends who've been D1 athletes and gone to be professional athletes, like when they're locked in, especially in football, like I'm not on Twitter, I'm not, tuning into ESPN every day because I got 2 days. Like, and this other shit really matters to me. So it's not inconceivable, and it was just kind of it became a weird conversation as far as people kind of downplaying what he's done in his career and just making it seem like he's some average everyday Joe Schmo just walking around.
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro, it's 32 teams in the league. Probably it's 53 on the active roster.
Yeah.
The fact that you're a starter is an accomplishment. So not to say he's individually been as dominant in his career as she has, but you're at home. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're telling 2 millionaires what the fuck? Like, they've been unsuccessful in their life.
We can't be using Rihanna anymore. Dua Lipa, right?
What about her?
I'll be like, if I saw her, she'd be like, you know who I am? I'm like, nah. You heard my mixtape? I'm Rob Don.
Yikes.
See, you got it. See,
Oh, you got a tape?
yeah.
Wait,
Different kind of tape.
Wait, hold on. Can we turn this into sway real quick? You got a quick 4 for me?
I don't know what the fuck this nigga said.
You got a quick 4.
Okay, I got 4. I got
4 Bar Friday.
4 Bar Friday.
4. Ooh,
You saw the vision.
Literally Friday.
damn. I'm more R&B. I'm not a rapper.
Freestyle and melody. I just heard somebody do it the other day.
Wow. I like to write on my BlackBerry. You know what I'm saying? I lost it in Cabo.
Oh, so you need to touch a ghostwriter. Got you.
Okay. Exactly.
He's like Kanye. He doesn't do
exactly. I'm not.
He only writes.
I'm not tap dancing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Monkey. What yeah, damn.
You don't freestyle because your style ain't free.
Yeah.
See.
See. Yeah. But anywho, but I get his play. But actually pivoting just a little bit, where like, because there was a part 2 of it. Part 2 of it was like people were really calling Simone Biles like a pick me type of a chick because she was talking about how enthusiastic she was about like really reaching out to him and like getting together with him. And I'm just curious to you guys, were like, have y'all ever been pursued by a woman before, where like it like you interested in her, but like you like no, she's like, oh, she fucking with me heavy. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Yeah, quite a few times. I'm not gonna lie. Probably the most aggressive woman she slid in my DMs and said she wanted to take me out.
Damn.
She took me in Morton's. I appreciate it. Had a nice evening. I tried to
little free dinner.
I tried to pull out. No, I swear to God, bro. I tried to pull out my wallet. I thought she was saying, "Yeah, take you out," but like, all right, I eat at Morton's and other shit on the regular, so I'm not really tripping about where we're going.
More
but
than regular.
I tried to pay, and when I asked the waiter, he was like, "Oh, the bill's already been taken care of." I was like, "Fuck," but no. She had a little game. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Look at this guy.
Damn. Okay.
What about you, Kos?
Yeah, I've had to block him.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Was he ask you for nudes?
Too much pressure.
Just too many messages. Too much. Leave me alone. The love bombing.
I feel you.
It's just too much. But sorry, where are you going with this? You were the pick me thing.
Yeah, the pick me thing.
I don't like that narrative because I don't think people should be judged based off of how they love or how they, show affection. Especially where it's like you don't know that situation. You're saying that from an outside perspective that she was like, quote unquote pick me girl because she was excited to meet him, and you should be excited to meet the person. You want to like build a relationship or whatever. You should be ecstatic and all this stuff. So I think like stuff like that is why like the dating community and that culture is just so toxic right now because no one wants to show their hand. And I get it. You can't show your hand. But it's also like loosen up a little bit.
And at the end of the day, her goal was accomplished as far as getting married. So
are they married now?
Yeah, they're married.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree so much. Where like I think one of the things that we're doing like super way better here is like always like it's almost like the new allegedly. We don't know the situation. Like it's like pointing it out. You both did this. We don't know the situations. But one of like the crazy thing about it is like yeah, we're like I think we are forgetting like the mission of like why we are trying to date and trying to do these things. Where it's like yo like you're paying for this rich fucking app. You get off the app. You meet the person is exactly who they say they are, where it's kind of like, I feel like people are really missing out on a really good like learning opportunity because I want to get into the next piece of it, which is him saying I'm the prize. And I feel like people just have a problem with men and especially black men just saying that I'm a prize because how many conversations have we've had of like, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, I it's weird because I hate those type of conversations in one lens because I think it kind of gets drowned out in these kind of dark web type of conversations of like 50-50 shit or damn near making dating and anything related to it a transactional type of process. But I do think people should on both ends of the spectrum feel validated in the sense that they have self-worth and do offer something. It shouldn't just be groveling. I know people want motherfuckers to beg for
beg for pussy?
Yeah, like it was the 90s.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
My knees.
Yeah. But like the extremes of it just be crazy. Like, no, I'm gonna pop my shit like I'm him,
And I think that gets misconstrued for the vortex of calling men's confidence narcissism.
Yeah.
Whereas it's kind of
No, you can finish. I have a point on that.
No, and it's just like yeah, I can see the delivery of it because I watched I watched a bit of it on the Pivot podcast. But it's almost kind of like, nah, you should take pride that she actually vetted me out and I'm that dude. And I feel like we are in that culture of like, it's either you're tricking or you're a simp. And there's like no, I'm actually the dude that you need. And like, you also need to win me over too as well. Like it goes both ways where like, I'll end on this point. I think what a lot of people really want, and I'm gonna be honest with you, is like modernized traditional values. Not like super archaic, but it's almost kind of like a woman being like, oh, I could do this, but I don't want to do this. Like the ability to do the thing, but not doing it because her man's gonna do it, and vice versa. Where it's kind of like I want the ability to stay at home, but I'll go work because I want to work. And it's almost kind of like with a man too as well, where like I want my woman to be, this, but also I can take care of this. So I feel like that's like the next like modernized phase of like, traditionality, if that makes sense to y'all.
Yeah, no, it does. And just to close with this, if you don't mind, to Kaz's point, I'm not gonna lie, if a woman is pursuing me too heavy, my interest in her does decline just a little bit.
You're part of the problem, Tay.
I'm
joking now. I'm joking.
Not to get on like some like corny ass like gender norms or gender roles type of tip, but there is something like as far as like intrigue with like pursuing a woman, and like I ain't gonna lie, I do like the chase of it. And women, unlike men, well, different than men, they have a way of getting accomplished what they need to. Like they can pursue you without pursuing you if you get my drift.
Yes.
Like the quick little look and then like their head turn, they walk across the club like, all right, yeah, you trying to get my attention for real, but
I wanted it off. So glad you fucking said that. Cos, I know you had a point. I'm bringing that shit back. You may have another point. I'm about to fuck.
This kind of lines up with that a little bit.
Oh, it does.
But my point goes actually a little bit back to women having an issue with how confident he was in himself and him being him being the prize. I think that also comes into the interpretation of how men perceive confidence. Is how women perceive confidence.
Ooh.
Men are very much like chest out, like, yes, I get it done. I can do this. I can do that. I think women, on the other hand, are more like, I can get it my way when they're like being confident. I'm not the best to speak on this. Of course, a woman would be better about what, how they perceive their confidence.
Yeah.
But I think women are more, they shift in a different way. Almost like a snake. Not in a bad way.
That's a segue. That's almost going to segue to the last topic.
But yeah.
The ending point that I just want to put out there that I always keep this in my head, and I'm so glad you verbalized it. I gotta talk to you, bro. I have these thoughts in my head, bro. I apologize.
Just hit me.
So like, I feel the same way a little bit too, where it's like I feel like I have to pursue a woman to a certain extent to feel like I really like did it. Where like if it was like easy, we're like obviously if it's in the day, it's like Rob, I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna dive in. But like below that, I feel like I have to accomplish something. It's almost kind of like it's so weird. It's not like a trophy, how they say trophy wife, or like it feels good to put on my mantle. Like I put in all this energy and boom, she think I'm that dude.
Real.
So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, no worries, bro. But to transition to the last topic I wanted to talk about, Mos Def. I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with Yasiin Bey. He is revered and regarded as one of the best
We're doing this.
technical rappers in like rap history, I could say over the last like 30, 40 years. He was recently doing an interview where I think he was asked something regarding Drake's catalog, and he kind of chuckled a little bit and referred to Drake as a more of like a pop artist, and that he makes target music, and he wouldn't consider that real hip hop. Now, there's been some comments on Instagram and other stuff back and forth as far as, who was Mos Def, look what he sold. I will say I did see a super, super crazy ass tweet where somebody said that Mos Def arguably has the greatest rap album in history. I've never heard that from a living soul walking the earth in person.
That's a deep cut right there.
Yeah. That's like MJ Space Jam type reach, but
that's Jeff Green was the best Thunder back in the day type of reach.
type shit, bro. Like no, not even like Andre Roberson. Like
Andre Roberson carried the
was
team.
the best corner 3-point shooter of all time.
Yeah, type shit. But then like outside of that, just like between their whole shtick, I want to like speak and say, as much criticism Drake gets as an artist in terms of like him making more commercial music, I guess you could say, it's crazy to me because when it comes to like core principles that I think of when it comes to rap, he's really held the flag down in the culture for quite a while, whether it be his AM/PM tracks where he just like kind of spazzes out, Lucy's like Lemon Pepper Freestyle, or what has been part of rap culture, not shying away from beef and actually engaging in verbal fisticuffs on wax, whether it be with Kid Cudi. He did take a bad L to Push, but going at Meek and really putting some chinks in his armor as well. I know him and Kendrick on different tracks, like in the early 2010s, kind of, it was like, I'm gonna say like light jazz back and forth. Even on what was that, Hillbilly? I'm on blank right now. The track that Kendrick did with Baby Keem last summer.
Oh fuck,
Hillbilly.
I'm blanking.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever. Like Kendrick has some like subtle bars. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see who you're talking about here. But
the Kanye beef.
Yeah, the Kanye beef. Like he hasn't shied away from it. So to say he's not a real hip hop artist or this isn't real hip hop is just kind of crazy to me. Especially like when you actually break down most of his track lists on his projects. You'll have maybe like 2 or 3 songs where you get like a Hotline Bling where, okay, this is clearly for radio charts. But it's usually like a pretty good blend as far as like, okay, I'm going to get my rap shit. I'm going to get some club bangers. I'm going to get a R&B joint or two. And then maybe a single that's just going to be undeniable.
Yeah.
But he has a large audience that he has to appeal to too. But then outside that, it got me thinking like what I guess you define as like real hip hop. Or can you even say that?
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, I don't think you can define something as real hip hop. I think music is too subjective to say like, yes, this is real hip hop. Like with sports, there's stats and there's analytics and that you can get deep into and be like, this is the best way to do this. I think with rap, it's so like you do whatever works and you see what sells the most. And the comparison I would make is, yes, Drake is a real rapper, but Drake is like the Starbucks, since we talked about coffee earlier. Drake is the Starbucks. Def is like the coffee people, like who likes it, but not a lot of people like it. Everyone can get down with a Starbucks, but is it going to like, change the way you feel about a cup of coffee or something like that? No. But it's like a very solid 7 out of 10 for the most part. Maybe some bangers. Same, if you're a pumpkin spice guy, around that time you're like,
really
fuck
going
yeah.
hard with this.
That's a good comparison.
That is a fire comparison.
But it's like, people hate stuff that becomes too corporate because then it's like everyone likes it. The second everyone likes it, you don't like it. But there's a reason everyone likes it. It's
they're
still
hating.
good.
But you know what I hate about that train of thought? Because we have niche items or products within pop culture, like some forces. You know how many pairs of forces I went through in my life? You think I've gave a damn that anybody else is wearing them? No, I just like it because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, especially in music, becoming more commercially successful or anything of the like is music is the only industry that I've found that's frowned upon.
Yeah, music I think is the best example of that. Like no one likes a band until they no one hates a band until they get big.
Yeah, which is like you want your favorite artist to struggle, like
Yeah, but also like with Drake, you don't have to make the comment like he's not in there writing these songs by himself, in like the studio or whatever. He has a lot of help making these albums, but that's fine. He has those resources, and if he can use those to make a better product, he absolutely should. But it is like a fact. Like if you look at like all the actual like ghostwriters on all the songs, it's not just him, and that's fine. It's the way it is.
We got a fact check. The Baby Keem and Kendrick song was the Hillbilly, so we got it right.
There you go.
So there's that. I kind of actually want to invoke a cost thing.
Whoa.
It was last year we were talking about like Spotify Wraps, and he was like, I'm fucking tired of fucking Spotify Wraps. Like music is so subjective, and like my number one's gonna be different from your number one, and like he's like these people are like it's just like I feel like it's so cool just to hate, and I'm disliking and hating it, or people are just like, oh, you like Drake? It's like fuck off. Like I'm gonna have like I like Big Sean. I know you.
I like the clowning for it, but
Exactly.
But it's what you like.
But also connecting more dots is like the reason why I'll listen to more of your music takes than other people's music takes is because you'll admit like I actually don't fuck with this person, but I'll give you a nice subjective take about his music body because I feel like that's what's wrong with like movie critics. Anywho, because certain critics can't take that shit out. Like if you're a reviewer, you have to review without that bias. We're like and acknowledging you have a bias, and I feel like that's why sometimes I don't like talking to old heads when they talk about rap, where they're talking about, oh, I remember back in the day and things like that. But bro, we're in 2025.
It ain't
now.
that way.
And also, we have, rap is still a fairly new genre in
Thank
the
you.
large scheme of music. And
100 years.
it's
100 or 50?
Oh, hell no. It ain't.
What was it last year? What did they sell?
100 years to hip hop.
Was that last year that they celebrated
it?
that?
Ain't been 100 years.
I think wasn't it 50 years?
50 years?
Think about what year it is. Yeah, you
Oh,
way
my
off.
bad.
Rudy Ray Moore, who's considered the godfather of rap, was doing this in like the 60s and 70s, so 50 years.
My bad. I that's how long we gonna take it. We got 50 more years hip hop.
We'll see.
But some
Where it's going right now. We'll see.
to my point though, original point though, like in the 70s, it was a lot of these are the breaks. Like that
Grandmaster Flash.
Grandmaster Flash, and then when we shipped into the 80s, it's a lot more boom bap, New York type tip rapping, and even into the 90s. But then you get the introduction of like the West having a large presence in rap, along with the South's introduction in the mid to late 90s, and then
3-6.
2000s. That's when you just see the kind of early 2000s. You see melting pot of different guys kind of having the quote unquote throne. And then
And now it's Yeet.
snap and roll era, and then now we have like Yeet, Baby Tron, and you can't tell them they're not
Hip hop.
or contributing to the culture
Yeah.
because there's always gonna be a niche audience in there that does F with their music. Now it may not be for me. I've kind of aged out of certain
I feel that.
subcultures or subgenres within rap. That doesn't mean they should stop making music just because it isn't for me. And something we talked about last week, where I think people kind of find themselves into these narrow boxes where they're just like, I need rap or R&B sounding 90s R&B, or I need real rappers to come back. Bro, there's something out here for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what happened with rock? Like the old heads wouldn't let new rock develop, and then it just like stagnated for years. And then now, like it feels like the last 10 years, maybe there's more of a comeback because like my generation's been listening to like old school rock, and then finding like the new version of that, which is like what's that band?
Soft rock?
Yeah, soft rock too, but there's that one band that does like the something Van something, whatever.
You talking about Jay-Z's new soft rock group?
No, I'm not talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Now to your point though, I think when old heads or older artists kind of repel back from embracing younger acts, it does stagnate whatever culture you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Drake, to his credit, he's always done a good job of kind of throwing guys lobs, whether it's just, an Instagram post or actually collaborating and doing songs. Yeah. One, it keeps you fresh and intact with what's going on. I think that's why his commercial run has been able to be sustained as long as it has been. Mm-hmm. But then also it allows them to kind of sharpen their sword. Like I remember Yachty, I think it was an interview he did with Cole where he was saying a conversation he had with him a few years ago really, and along with public criticism, made him want to sharpen his sword in terms of being more of a rap historian and really getting on his shit in terms of like more intricate writing.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say for me, where it's kind of like, it's like an older brother, like younger brother type thing where like the one thing I really, if I were really being like, sequential is like, if you look at, we were talking about J. Cole last week, and one of the things that I think J. Cole does really well is like he like bridges the gaps where like it was a diss song, but he also was talking to Lil Pump being like, if you don't do this shit, you're going to phase out. You know what I'm saying? And like, it was a diss, like, don't fuck with me because I'll fuck you up. But also, he was trying to give him game. And I feel like.
And sure enough.
Exactly. Now he's trumping it up and all this other shit. So I was actually texting you about this. We look at the staunch differences. We're like, Mos Def is a talented being. He's more than rap. He's more than a rapper. He's done so many different things. But like in rap, I'm speaking on that. You look at the Andre 3000 version of it, where Andre 3000 is like, man, he's giving ups to people and like really throwing that. How do we bridge that gap type of conversation where like, we might get an Andre 3000, Drake type of a thing where that introduces people to, the older rap or the more like, how can I say this, lyrical.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought Dre up. He's actually a good example of this because as far as what people think of when they hear the name Andre 3000, it's like on some real rapidy rap type shit. Mm. Future, I wouldn't say necessarily gets put in that pocket at all. It's more trap music, and his delivery and charisma can kind of carry him on beats. They both have ties to the Dungeon family in Atlanta. But I remember it was a documentary I think Future did for Dirty Sprite 2 when Andre was saying, what did he say? He said some shit like, it was the most inspirational toxic music ever.
Yeah. I remember that.
But he's always giving Future and other younger acts in Atlanta, whether it be Baby, Gunna, Thug, Nudie, or whoever have you, they props, which has been commendable because a lot of people might not think that would necessarily be something he would listen to on the regular.
Yeah. It's almost kind of like, so what would Mos Def say if he was in Target and his music came on?
He said, man, I made it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's always fun. That's the funny shit to me when people, artists and fans, when they do that shit, when they're like, oh, Drake isn't real rap. It's real easy. Like for Drake, or if you want to say Drake, Kendrick, Cole, any guy who's on the upper echelon of the totem pole when it comes to commercial rap music, for the most part, I can do what you do. You can't sell out this venue that has 30,000 people or put out a song that the masses fuck with at a heavy end. Because all those guys, I can give you different verses or songs where like, okay, like you was really in your bag, whether it be a Look Out for Detox by Kendrick, hell, all of Cole's damn near last album, like he wasn't really on a songwriting tip. He was just like, I'm coming here to spaz. Like I mentioned earlier with Drake, the 4 p.m. freestyle, Lemon Pepper freestyle, all the AM PM tracks are just going crazy. But
last thing I'll say about Drake is that guy gets it, like the business side of it, but specifically the branding side of it. Like you guys, people love to like, I don't know if you see this, but as of late, like Drake's been getting a lot of memes made out of him because he's kind of sus. He does these live streams where he gambles a bunch. He has his alternative ego. I need a Max Sweden, like that type of stuff. He knows what he's doing when he's doing that stuff. Like he's bought into the memes because he knows at the end of the day that's just gonna get his name out there even more. They're just gonna be talking about Drake. He's gonna know everything he's doing. Like Drake knows what he's doing, and he's gonna let people make fun of him.
so we need to be child actors and get on these shows to understand the business, right?
And get in touch with Jazz Prince, and then
Okay.
And kill a couple people too,
Allegedly.
wow, that really took a dark swing.
Well, that's what we do because we play no games.
Sure.
I'll say this on this last topic and then just end. And I just want to end it again with what Koss was saying, where it's kind of like, music is like, okay, weird fucking thought, you guys.
There's people out there that think Joyner Lucas is the best rapper ever.
Jesus Christ.
Like, those humans exist.
Yeah, which, I mean, do your thing. I wouldn't agree with that, but at the end of the day, who am I to tell you what
Say,
works?
that's a real
What
rapper
works for
right
you?
there. That's a real rapper right there. He raps fast.
Now, if we want to restore order in rap, though, for real, we need.
I like that,
We
yeah.
need to give up to the GOAT. Riff Raff changed rap culture
Damn.
in the late 2000s,
Dude.
late 2010s.
There's a case to be made there.
Versace Python freestyle easily might be one of the top 10 most important tracks. in rap
Aquafina
history.
Panther.
Bro, Larry Bird,
Dude.
come on.
I remember that.
Like, bro.
I remember that one.
Riff Raff. Damn.
Wow, I was gonna say how music is powerful because people Alzheimer's and shit, but damn, Riff Raff. There's probably a person who probably can't remember anything, but you play some Riff Raff, they're like, yeah, I remember this shit. Put on Larry Bird.
Bro, between him and Lil B actually is like an icon in pop culture.
That
He-
fucking Kevin Durant
yeah.
song is so fucking.
Kevin Durant.
Fuck. What?
That's funny.
Goss, you want to end us off?
With what?
Ending thought. You were about to say something. I was gonna cut you off.
No, I don't have any.
All right.
I
Well,
lost it.
Interesting. I appreciate that. Obviously, most def, bro. You're a legend. This shouldn't bug you. I hope y'all do a track together.
Stop hating.
Yeah, he's that big hating. But you know who doesn't hate? We don't, because we play no games, and this has been another. We don't. We're
Okay,
honest.
We hate a lot on this podcast. Come on.
I hate Eagles fans.
Oh damn.
Damn, and I hate Niner fans.
Damn.
Yeah, I hope they absolutely lose this weekend.
What,
Damn.
Who's your team?
Seahawks.
Okay.
I can respect it.
I hate how many Niner fans live in Portland too. That's the thing. The amount
Okay,
of-
we're haters. So if you want a good place where we just gonna hate for free,
Yeah.
tune in. But if you donate, we'll show you how to hate when we have money. So, $ hero Bob. But most importantly, if you don't have any money, that's okay. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all we need. And we just want to have and just bless your days. So, other than that, we out.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.